What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be showing you guys a little comparison between the two bins from Front Runner. So these bins are going to be called the Wolfpack bins. Over here we have the original, and to my left we have the Wolfpack Pro. So in this video we're going to get into the details of everything about them, what makes them different, and then of course their price. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and compare the size of the two. So as you guys can see here, they are pretty much the exact same size, both width, length, and of course the height. So let's first talk about the original. So this one here to my right is the original Wolfpack. So this one here is obviously plastic. They're both plastic. This one here is all plastic components, whereas the Pro will have some metal parts to it. So this is what the inside of the Wolfpack looks like. So basically you almost get the full height of the actual Wolfpack. And then of course inside there are some drain holes as well, so that way if water does in here, it could drain out from the bottom. There's going to be a total of 4 drain holes at the bottom at each corner. And then the lid, so this one here is the lid that will come with it. This one is the standard lid. It has plastic latches to latch onto the actual bin. So when I click it, you hear that nice contact that it makes. Super solid. And then with this one here, you can also get it with a high lid. So as you guys can see here, the high lid increases your storage just a little bit. So here's a little side-by-side comparison. This one, like I said, it is the exact same size as this one with a short lid. You gain almost 3 inches of extra space inside. So personally, I have about 3 of these Wolfpacks, and I have them all with the high lid just because I put stuff like shampoos and stuff that just is really tall, and the short lid just doesn't do it. So I personally love the high lid. One of the things that a lot of people ask about the original Wolfpack is it waterproof? So I would say it is water resistant, just because when the lid is on, it sits on the outer edge of the actual lip of the actual box. So when water comes down from the top side, it does not get inside the box. However, there is still a spot right here, so if you were to spray it sideways at this container, water could get in. And then of course, being that it doesn't have a gasket, it's not going to be dust proof, so dust will get inside if it is windy or something like that. Now let's go ahead and get into the Pro. So the Pro has metal latches, and then the lid itself has a foam gasket that goes all around the outside of the lid. So this one here would be a lot more waterproof or resistant compared to the original, and then it is definitely going to be more dust proof. So the one thing I don't like with the original one is that when we take it out, I generally will leave it outside when we're camping, and if it is windy, dust will fly around and it will get inside. And then the next day or when I get home, I open it up, this is generally dusty inside. Not super crazy, but still there's some dust, and I don't really prefer that. The Wolfpack Pro does not have any drain holes at the bottom, and the reason being is that they wanted this one to be as waterproof and dust proof as possible, so there's no holes or anything for water or dust to get in. So I'm going to show you guys the latch. As you guys heard there, very solid latching mechanism. A lot more solid than this one. as you guys heard. And then by it being so hard to compress, it actually pulls the lid down with the container, so that way it widens that foam and it prevents anything from getting inside the box. So when I go camping, I take about 3 of these, and then one of them has snacks and food. So what I might do is I might get one of these, and I will put food and snacks in here, so that way dust and moisture doesn't get inside. That way the food doesn't go bad, or you're not eating sandy food, because nobody likes that. But everything else could stay in this one, for me at least. But if you guys are just now going to purchase them, I would think about just getting the Pros to begin with, just because the price point isn't as bad compared to the original. The one thing that I do want and wish for the Pro is that they did have a high lid. And I know that Front Runner is probably working on one, just because they know that a lot of people use the high lid, just based off their sales. So I think they're currently working on one. So once that one becomes available, I will probably be buying the Pro with the high lid. But for the time being, I will probably just have all my food in a Pro, and then everything else can be in this one. Now let's go ahead and talk about pricing. So the original one is gonna run $40.95, and then the Wolfpack Pro runs for $54.95. So about a $15 difference between the original and the more dust-proof and moisture-proof Pro. So some people have asked me, why would you get a Wolfpack Pro or a Wolfpack compared to just like one that you can get from Home Depot? So one of the big things is that these are extra sturdy. So you can stand on these, you can sit on them, you can stack them really, really well. So I'm gonna show you guys that right now. So here I have another Wolfpack, and then when you set it on there, it sits in there really well. The Pro does it as well. So if you have 2 Pros, you can stack it just like so. Actually, I wasn't on the other way. Now I am. So as you guys can see there, they both stack really well. So you can stack these, make it a little bit higher, make a table if you want. You can stand on these if you want. Extremely sturdy. So here we have a Wolfpack that we have been using for several years now, and as you guys can see, extremely dirty. So being that the Pro is dust proof is really nice, because all of this, you know, is or might be on the inside. So in this one here, I keep all my cooking stuff, some plates, some utensils, knives and stuff like that. In here, pots and pans. So in here, there is a little bit of dust and sand. You can see right here the sand from being outside. So I think all of this should be in a Pro, just because this is what we use to cook. And as you can kind of see here, it is higher than the box itself, including the plates. So having a high lid, in my opinion, is a must. So here is another Wolfpack Pro that we have converted into a diesel heater container. So over here you can see the exhaust right there and the shield, that way it doesn't burn the plastic. And then in here we have the ducts that run to the tent. And then of course we have the motor in here as well. This goes to our Jackery to power it. This is the fuel container right here. And then of course the actual engine right here. So, but this video is not about this, so I'm not gonna really get into this. If you guys are looking to build something like this, there is a lot of videos and guides online. One last thing I do want to mention is the build quality or the material. So this one over here has a more nice finish to it, where this one has a higher gloss finish and it doesn't feel as rigid as the Pro. But obviously that's why they call this the Pro and this is the original. So another really cool thing with these is that Front Runner makes a mounting bracket to actually hold this onto the roof rack. So that way it's completely secured and it's not like a strap, it's actually a steel tie down that actually secures it to the top of your roof rack or your bed rack, depending which bed rack you get with them. But essentially you could use that same bracket to make it work with another rack. So example, like an up top Overland, a Prinzu, or something similar to that. So we might try that in the future with one of these. They are bracket specific, so you do have to get the bracket for the Pro or the bracket for the original one if you guys are planning to get that. The one downside with these is that if you guys already have this and you guys want to get the Pro, they do not stack on top of each other. So as you guys can see here, it just slides around and vice versa. So they do not stack on top of each other. So if you guys are just getting this now, I would recommend getting one or the other. If it was up to me and I didn't have any already, I would probably just get the Pros, just because they are completely sealed from dust and everything. And after seeing my Wolfpack with all the dust inside of it, I think I'm gonna have to convert to all the Pros and then use that one for like stuff that I can just toss in there, like my quick flate tire deflators or wood or anything in there. So it's stuff that I could just throw in there essentially. But that's gonna be it, guys. Hopefully it was helpful. If I did miss anything, just leave in the comments and we can try to respond to you guys. Or you can give us a call at our Denver location, or you guys can just come on in if you guys are local to Colorado. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys are subscribed, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.